Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the P45 Nokota in Grand Theft Auto Online. I've never flown this plane before, but I'm pretty excited to customize it and actually get flying with this thing. I think it's going to be super interesting. Alright guys, so starting off with the armor. We're going to go all the way up on that. For the countermeasures, we have chaff, flare, or a bunch of different smokes. I really don't know what is the best option. I went with chaff on the Molotov, so I think I'll go with chaff on this thing as well. We can of course add drop tanks to this thing if we so choose. However, I personally think this plane looks better without them, so we're gonna just avoid those. Now for the engine, we will upgrade that all the way. The handling of this thing, I also want to put it on race handling. Now for the livery, there are a few different options here. We have God Save the King, Crab Air, Tin Pickle Hunter, I like that, Cupid's Itch, Hanger Warrior, Pecker Checker, Dirty Gurdy, Rootin' Tootin', Shrapnel Catcher, Desert Rat, or Back to None. I personally like the look of the Tin Pickle Hunter, and I mean it's a pickle hunter, so like easy. Next up for the respray of this thing, I do not really know what color I want to go with. Maybe something like a silver though, or maybe a white. Kind of feel like white actually looks pretty good. Let's go for ice white, metallic. Now for the secondary, let's why is it candy red? What the hell? Let's go for ice white metallic again, because why not? We want to match it up. I think that looks pretty good. It's kind of hard to see the back end of the plane, but I'm sure that it looks all right. Now for the weapons, we can of course add homing missiles to this thing, which of course we will be doing. Alright guys, that is it for the customization part of this. I know, very short. Let's take this thing outside and get into the review. Alright guys, so starting off, this thing does take a second to actually get up to speed to actually take off, but once you're there, it is pretty quick actually. This plane is no slouch. This thing feels almost faster than the Molotov, I want to say. I could be completely wrong. I probably am, in fact. Now, there's a big debate between this thing and the Rogue in Grand Theft Auto Online, and the Rogue is technically the better plane. It actually has a top speed that is about 15 miles per hour faster than this thing, which actually makes a pretty huge difference. The Rogue is also about $1 million cheaper than this thing, so there's something to be said for that as well, and the Rogue also can seat 2 players, and this can only seat 1. However, I have heard very good things about the Nokota. Oh my goodness, I really don't like the handling of this thing. Oh, nailed that guy though. I mean, the handling is... Don't get me wrong, I was kind of going in for a dive bomb there and then tried to pull up immediately, which always makes the handling on the Smuggler's Run planes seem to act up a little bit, so that is actually my own fault. I really like the hand... What? Huh? Literally hit like a lamppost, what? Bro, what? Alright guys, well, as I was saying, I was starting to like the handling of this thing. I was actually decently impressed with how it was flying. And then of course I hit that lamppost, and usually with the Smuggler's Run planes, I feel like you can fly straight through some of that stuff and survive usually. I guess that was either not the case with this plane or was not the case with that particular lamppost. So that's kind of thrown me for a bit of a loop there, to be honest. So, bro, oh my god, West Mutual is gonna be popular today. Anyway, as I was saying, for the what was that, the second time that I was saying? Yeah, this thing's it's weak. Usually you can survive crashing into something like that with the Smuggler's Run DLC planes, but I guess not with the Nokota, which is a bit of a downfall. I mean, obviously, if you ask me if I think I should blow up when I hit something like that, yeah, I should blow up. However, a couple of the other planes I feel like don't really do the same thing, so that is maybe a little bit of a weakness of this thing on the armor side. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. I thought this thing was actually going to be a little bit tougher, which would be like one of its more redeeming qualities. However, it doesn't appear that that is so. So, yeah. It is quite fast. It handles quite nicely. It looks really good, I think. I just don't know how useful it is, to be honest. And for $2.7 million without upgrades, probably just over $3 million with upgrades, I would say you'd be a lot better off with a Hydra if you don't have one already. Now the Nokota is cool. I really have no beef with this thing, I promise, even though I just, you know, messed up a couple times there with it. It's not swaying my decision at all. This thing is just, I just don't know if it's worth the nearly $3 million for just to buy it, you know, and then with upgrades being over 3 mil, I'm just having trouble seeing it, boys, to be honest. And when you have the Rogue, which is essentially this plane but with 2 seats and it's a little bit faster, and I think the handling is quite a bit better too, I just can't say that I recommend this plane, unfortunately. I really wanted to like this thing, and to be fair, I do kind of like it. I still think it's a really cool plane. I'm probably going to fly it in the future. However, if you're struggling for money and you're trying to choose a good plane to buy, I would advise against the Nokota. It is not that great, to be honest, boys. So anyways, do with that information what you will. If you guys want to buy it, go for it. If you don't want to buy it, that's what I would recommend. Anyway, guys, that is it for the video. If you guys enjoyed the customization and the review, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.